welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today, I want to speak to all of the sewing beginners. I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about your machine, how to thread your machine. So don't worry, don't get nervous. I am here to help you guys out. So let's get started. Okay, so this is my sewing machine. It's a Brothers sewing machine that I purchased from Walmart. It's very inexpensive, so it's perfect for beginners or people, just learning how to sew. It was about 80 bucks, and I'll post a link in the description. Very, very easy to use, and I will show you how. All right, so first things first, you need to know your presser foot. So this is your presser foot. This is what your foot presses down on to actually sew, to make the machine work. So this is a good thing to know. This is your presser foot. Okay, so next thing, this is your tension. This controls how tight or loose your stitches are. So for example, if you are working with the spandex fabric and your threads are popping, most likely your tension is too tight. So the 9 on my machine, it might be different on yours, but the 9 is the tightest on my machine. And of course, the 0 is the loosest. So this is your tension. Now this knob here controls your stitches. So on my machine, I have 17 different stitches. If you guys can see, I have 17 different stitches on my machine. So this controls how I get my stitches. Now this little thing here is your back tack or your back stitch. When you're starting to sew a garment and you're just starting to sew your seam, you always want it to stitch down a little bit, and then you're always going to go back up and back tack. Now what a back tack is, it makes a little knot in your seam, the beginning of your seam, so it won't come loose. So you always want to back tack from when you start and when you finish, so nothing comes apart. Now, next thing, this little lever here, or not a lever, this little thing, whatever, it controls the motion of your needle. So this, you can see it moving up and down, that's my needle, and it just controls the motion of your needle. Next thing I want to show you guys, this is your bobbin. This is the bottom thread in your sewing machine. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to thread your bobbin. So first, of course, your machine actually is it should come with a few bobbins. So if not, you can always buy some from like Joann's or Walmart or your local fabric store. They should have bobbins. They have the plastic ones and they have the metal ones as well. So oh God, okay. Right here. Okay, so what you're going to do to thread your bobbin is you're going to sit it on this little lever here, or not a lever, it's like a little stand or whatever. I don't know the correct term. So you're going to sit it on the little stand, your bobbin stand, that's what I'm going to call it. And actually my machine has the directions or has steps on how to thread your bobbin. So this is step 1, over here step 2, 3, and 4. So it's 4 steps to thread your bobbin. So that's the first step, of course. Now the next step is you're going to take it through this little thing here. So you're just going to take it around and hook it into this little thing. And after that, you're going to wrap it around this so it stays in place. And once you've done that, you will take it, and my bobbin is already threaded. So just imagine that it's not threaded. So you're going to take it, you'll wrap it around your bobbin a few times to lock it into place. And then your bobbin has a little lock. So once you've done that, you want to lock your bobbin into place. And once you've done that, you will step on your presser foot and your bobbin will thread itself. So once you've threaded your bobbin, boom, let's say I threaded my bobbin myself. Oh, also, your machine comes with like a little scissor thing on the side here. Well, this is mine. Mine is on the side. Yours might be somewhere else if you have a different machine, but mine is on the side and it should look a little something like this. So once I've done that, you will cut your extra thread. Boop. And now I will show you guys how to thread your machine. So this is where your bobbin sits into. So I'm going to make sure that my thread is going this way, because that's the proper way how to set, at least that's the proper way how to set it in my machine. So make sure it's wrapping around this way. I'm going to set it in my machine, and it has like a little notch here that your thread holds on to or hooks onto in your bobbin. You guys probably can't see, but it hooks onto your thread so it stays in place. So you're gonna latch it into the little notch, and then you're just gonna sit your little case, your bobbin casing, back on. And the next thing you're going to do would be threading your machine. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how to thread your machine. So here is your top thread. So it's going to sit on this little stand here. You will, just like how you did with when you're threading your bobbin, you're going to stick it just in this little notch here. Just in this notch. You're not going to put it through here. So you're going to stick it through this little notch. You're going to bring it down through this little lever. That's easy. So you're going to take your thread, bring it across through this notch, down into this lever. And like I said, it has steps, or it should have their steps. You're going to bring it across, or bring it over, bring it up, bring it over, and bring it up. Now, you see this little hook. This is a little hook inside the machine. So your thread is going to hook. It has a little notch in the hook. So you're going to hook your thread into the notch, and it hooks on like so. And you're going to bring it down. And once you do that, there's a little, I can't see, there's a little notch here. This little piece right here, you're going to bring your thread through this piece. So, I'm just going to bring it down. Bring it through there, like so. And then from there, you put the string through your needle. It might take a while, so don't get frustrated, you know, if this is your first time. It still takes me a while, and I've been sewing for like 3 years, and it still takes me a minute. My eyes are bad. But anywho, so I've threaded it through my needle. Now, the next thing you want to do, so now you see I have 2 threads here. So I have my bobbin thread and I have my top thread. So you have 2 threads. So now you want to hold on to your top thread lightly. So this thread here, you're going to hold on to this thread very lightly, and you're going to turn your knob, turn your side knob here, and your needle is going to pick up on the bobbin thread. And now, if you can see, I don't think you can see because I can hardly see. But anywho, if you can see, my machine picked up on the top, the needle picked up on the bobbin thread. So it's going to leave a little loop. It's going to leave a little loop. Hopefully you guys can see it. You're just going to pull that loop out. So I'm just going to pull my little loop out. And you guys will be ready to sew. So I hope you all enjoyed my little tutorial video on how to get around your sewing machine. For all the beginners out there, I know it could be a little tough, but don't get discouraged. Just, you know, keep strong and, you know, keep practicing. You know, practice makes perfect. I know you're probably saying, you know, I always hear that practice makes perfect. Yeah. But seriously, practice makes perfect, especially if you're self-taught or if you're not going to school for this. So, you know, just keep the faith. You know, it's going to get frustrating a lot. So, you know, just walk away for a minute and then come back and get things done. So, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.